It's time to strip the top of this dresser, and I'm not going to use stripper, but I am going to clean everything really good before I get started because there are usually dirt and grime and years of dirty hands and polish, and this one in particular actually felt very much like wax had been applied for many years. It just was kind of sticky almost. So I got it good and clean. I'm using my Serious Grit sandpaper that I love in 120 grit. I get started on that and I'm nope, it's just going to gum up my sandpaper. So off to the Carbide scraper I go. What is a Carbide scraper? Here it is. It's a fantastic tool, and I know that there is a little bit of a learning curve to it, and it's definitely a technique driven. I mean, it's easy to use. Anybody could use it, but if you aren't applying even proper pressure to it, you can gouge the top of the dresser. And you don't want to just lay into it and do it too hard because that will also cause damage. So there's kind of a happy medium. So I did the Carbide scraper until I was worn out and didn't want to do it anymore. So I went back to the sander, but now I've got an 80 grit on there. And that is not for the faint of heart. I only use an 80 grit when I know that I'm dealing with solid wood, because otherwise you could just completely blow through a veneer. But this is solid wood, so I'm just sanding away. And look at that. It's beautiful. But now I have the edges to deal with. So I go back to my Carbide scraper just to take off a few little edges there, but I'm going to use a lot of this rubber block. And you'll see I'm using a sanding net, which is great for this kind of stuff. It's super coarse. It has a lot of bite to it, and it really strips finish really well. So I'm using the rubber sanding block just to give some substance to the sandpaper. And I just use it it's curved in a couple of areas, so I have different blocks. Only takes a few minutes, and there we are. Here's a reminder, wear gloves, because I was bleeding by the end of it. Anyway, I hope that helped. Make sure you follow for more.